Ooh, almost went down. Okay, so yeah, this is 2 days after the 30-degree weather that we had. We weren't gonna get down to 30, but one night. The night before it was 39, then it went down to 30 the next night, and then the next night it went to 37. And then here we are today. So I had my stuff covered. I know I said something about showing y'all that, and I didn't show you. There are my frost cloths over there folded up. I uncovered my stuff today. I know 39 isn't below freezing, but I just went on left it covered for that extra day, and I uncovered it today. We're going back to the 80s and the days and 60s at night, so that kind of was a little freak thing that usually never happens in October, because it's not even Halloween yet. But as you can see, the 30 degrees didn't even kill this here. And let me make mention to you, if you got sweet potatoes, y'all see how, you'll hear people say, well, I thought my vine was dying out. They probably talking about because it starts looking like this. It doesn't look as green and as lush and vibrant. I mean, the new growth, like this right here will. But the older stuff kind of it's dying. It starts looking reddish, and like over there, it's really dying. In my opinion, don't pull it. I'm going to wait until it gets cold enough to kill the leaves. I've just learned that when you're growing sweet potatoes, you have to be patient. And if you dig them up too early, you'll fool around and not have no sweet potatoes. Or you'll have some small ones that could have been big ones. Also, another thing I want to mention to y'all, keep watering these. I'm going to keep telling y'all, sweet potatoes is mostly water. So you have to keep watering them. So, and to be honest, now that I know that there are potentially sweet potatoes up under the ground, I make sure I water them very well so that those vines can take in the water, the nutrients, and everything to make the sweet potatoes get bigger. So that I have less. You're always going to have some of those little small spindly ones, but so that I have less of that and more of the big ones. Because the small spindly ones will get big if you give them, number one, time, number two, water and food. I haven't fed them. Not really, not other than, when I water with my, the little tea I use. But I haven't just like poured fertilizer or nothing on them. I don't think they need all of that, but they most definitely need water. They do need some fertilization, but they're not heavy feeders like watermelons, so they don't need that kind of. Because watermelons, you really got to feed them to get them to really ripen up those melons good. Here's how the greens look. I wasn't concerned about the greens at all. I did not cover the greens at all. I am going to harvest them though, because as I said, that frost probably made them taste better. So I'm going to go through and I'll probably do another harvest video. It seemed like a lot of people, that video got a lot of views for some reason. So I'm going to go back through and do another harvest video with y'all, and then really focus and show y'all on how it looks before and after. So around here where I don't already have onions, because like I have onions here, there, over there, the places that don't have onions, I did put garlic. Felix, have you been dust bathing? Felix looks like Pig Pen. Y'all ought to see how dusty he is. He's been somewhere dust bathing. Anyway, the peanuts in here look good. I have a bad habit of waiting until the weather kills the peanuts too. Long story short, this 30 degrees, it must not have been 30 degrees for too long because I didn't see too much damage. The only watermelon, these watermelons are watermelons that I put back in to compost down in place. So don't be alarmed by how those look. This is the only watermelon that I'm really trying to let ripen up. I have 4 kind of small ones over there, 1 little one over there. I'm not too worried about those. I don't think they'll have enough time. My Swiss chard is looking crazy. I'm not sure if it's because the Swiss chard is going on 2 years old, or if it was the weather or what, but the middle looks fine. You see, the middle looks normal, like regular Swiss chard, but this out here is looking crazy. So what I may do is just break all that off and let it focus on putting on new growth or whatever. But I don't know if y'all can see that or not. You can see how thick that stem is. That stem is like 1.5 inches, 2 inches thick. I didn't know Swiss chard grew like that, but hey, if it don't die, it stay. Just like that kale. That kale is like I think it's 6 years old. I think it's old. It's been in there when it's get in my way, I just chop it down and it branches off and keeps going. So if you had that blue Russian kale and you live in my climate, you should not be planting that every year. Because I've had that for 6 years and I harvest off of it in the wintertime. It grows even faster, really. As you can see, the peppers look good. The tomatoes look good. This one's almost ready. I'm going to let that get a little bit more red. You can see, once again, I keep telling y'all, grow these mini San Marzanos. It's just tomatoes dangling everywhere. Still setting fruit. Tomatoes just dangling. Just tomatoes everywhere. Now you don't have to grow them like this, how I did. I intended to stake them up the thingy, but that never happened. So, I have a kind of sprawling mess down there. But yeah, as you can see, my roselle, this is what I really thought would have died because I didn't cover it all, but it's fine. The maypop is fine. Everything is pretty much fine. It didn't even take out the okra. I have a few that I'm saving for seed that I need to cut off. I see this is branching a lot. I wonder if it normally does that. Like all of that's new branches. It makes me want to cut the top out and see if I can get it to bush more. That would be an interesting experiment. That would be a really interesting experiment because I don't think it's going to branch out anywhere where I had okra, which is all of those, so I could technically cut it off here. This one's doing the same thing. All that branching. I wonder if the weather did that. This one's doing the same thing. It's branching and got an okra pod. I think that's what I'm going to do, y'all. Some of these, like if it ain't got okra at the top like that, or it doesn't look very promising, I think I'm just going to chop it and see what it does. Like that one. I may try that one too. But anyway, see, that's what I said. Get out here and play with your stuff. So many people just grow and they scared to do stuff. I mean, I've already gotten all the okra I'm going to get out of it, but if it's going to branch and do that, and see, that's why I'd be like, I don't see why people are taking branches off or whatever. Y'all do whatever y'all want to do. But this has already got pods on it. See, they got 2 little okra pods. This has 2 little okra pods. There's 2 little okra pods. You see what I'm saying? So once again, somebody explained to me why taking branches off. And it takes away from the plant, huh? Interesting. But anyhow, these fish peppers did like I said, now this stuff I did cover. And like I said, I think these are what size fish peppers are really supposed to be like. If you didn't, this one is kind of planted kind of by itself. And you kind of can see the production of it if you can see all of those peppers on this. That's a small plant with quite a few peppers on it. I'm going to try to lift because like I said, I'm trying to kind of show y'all. Because you can read all the seed packs you want to read in the world. But until you grow something, you really have no clue as to how productive. So I'm really just trying to show y'all, what you potentially would be getting if you was to grow. Now this is going to be the hardest one to kind of show y'all. But I hope y'all can see all of these little green balls. All of those will be peppers. And they are just, you can see they're just everywhere. So like I said, if you get seeds for this, you kind of know what to expect, because like I said, I'm going to do my best to provide seeds for a lot of this stuff. I'm going to try to show you this other one. I'll show you this. So this one with the kind of curly leaf pattern, so there you can kind of see, and then there's a leaf-footed bug in there. Great. I hate those, but you can just kind of see when you lift this branch. See all those? So that one's very productive as well. So show y'all the Scotchies and how they fared. They did fine. I have taken one of the yellow Scotchies off of here. You can kind of see the yellow Scotchie wasn't as productive for me, but that pepper struggled. I think if it had at the beginning it struggled, it got shaded out and a bunch of stuff like that. I think if it hadn't had those problems, it would have been better. But y'all just look in there and see the sheer number. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. You know, I just counted 25 just from here over. I mean, can y'all see the peppers? I know they're green and it may be difficult to see, but I mean, and then I'm going to gently lift up these branches as best I can without breaking them. But you know what I'm saying? Can you see just how much? And these branches I plucked off of that branch. And they just continue to make, like even all over here. They just continue to make. So these peppers are great. Same thing with the roselle. Remember where I showed y'all where I cut off? So I don't know if you can see, there's a stem. Here's a new one coming in. That's a stem I cut. There's a new one coming in. That's a stem I cut. There's a new one and another one. Stem I cut. There's one. Trying to see. I know, Fee. Oh. Sorry, I'm dusty. Pig pen. Here's a one I cut, and then you can see 1, 2, 3 coming in. So you see what I'm saying? Because I know Clausen World mentioned she didn't really know how to harvest, or not how, when to harvest. But it's knowing when to harvest is also important, is knowing how it grows as well, so that you don't minimize your crops. Once again, here's the stem where I cut. There's one there. Here's the stem where I cut. There's a tiny one. I don't know if you can see it coming in there. But everywhere that you cut, I mean, this plant, like, if I lived in a tropical climate like Florida or whatever, like look at Dan's, I could just see how you could just have this just perpetually. Because everywhere you cut, it just wants to branch and make more. That plant just wants to be productive. And those are the type of plants that I think people should grow more of. So once again, I should have seeds for this as well. There is no should, I will have seeds for this. And it's almost time to harvest again. As you can see how big these are. When I harvest again, that will be my third harvest. But yeah, and we're forecasted for pretty good weather for the next at least. Hey Garfield. Hey buddy. Yeah, you want to talk to the people? You want to come talk to the people? Oh, my legs, Garfield. Tell them about my legs. Oh God, I've been to the gym, y'all. Ooh. Yesterday was leg day. Oh, Garfield, don't trip me up. But yeah, y'all, so even through the 30-degree weather, it's still pumping out. It's still been flowering. It hasn't been flowering as much, but it's still been flowering. But a lot of these have already flowered. These smaller ones haven't, but they're probably getting ready to. See, when you start seeing them getting ready to open, and you start seeing the flower, and then you can see here's one, and then here's one right alongside it. I mean, it's Jamaican sorrel. It's a gorgeous plant, period. People always stop here and ask me what it is. They figure it's just an ornamental. And that's something else I wanted to mention. The leaves, they are edible. You can cook with them, but Shauna at Go Grow mentioned that she was going to try to make tea out of them. I hope she does a video on it and shows it. I'm not saying that I can't. I may do that as well, because the leaves are, last time I checked, yeah, they're tart. So this would make a good tea, I think. However, I think in order to really get the flavor out of the leaves, you probably need to boil them. What I may do, y'all, I may try to do a sun tea with the leaves and see if that tartness will come out of there. See if the sun is strong enough to get the tartness out of there. I know if you boil them, it will come out of there. I have cooked with those leaves before. They are a little tougher, so you got to saute them a little longer, but they have a nice kind of tartness to them. So I think they taste pretty good. I'm kind of simple when I saute stuff like that, so I just put garlic, onion, a little salt and pepper. I think they got a good flavor to them. Like I said, you got to saute them a little longer to get them tender, but not like hours. But you can't, it's not like sweet potato greens. You saute them for 5 minutes. Those probably take 10. So, but it's still a quick meal. This tomato here I covered. And as you can see, it held those tomatoes. That one. And then there's a pretty one in there. And then there are some tomatoes in here that I'm probably not even seeing. But the peas were fine. Did not cover the peas. I didn't cover any of the greens. I didn't cover any of this. So that was that on that stuff. I didn't cover the watermelons. The house retains enough heat that I knew that I didn't need to cover that. A lot of times if the sun, shines on that side of the house directly, there's no need of you covering that stuff, because Lord, Garfield has killed another one of these things. What is this? I don't know if that's a mole. Oh my God, he's killed another one. Ooh, the squirrel's gonna be in for it next year. Keep working, Garfield. Keep working. Your salary might get increased. Anyhow, the one thing I hadn't uncovered, and I may try to tip back here and uncover it with y'all to see if the stuff made it. I'm pretty sure it did, but I will tip back here and try to see. I did cover my guamachi. I have one guava back here and my pigeon pea. So I did cover those, and I actually forgot that I covered these. So I'm going to uncover them now with y'all. So if there's calamity. Hello, Garfield. I saw your little keel over there. What is that? Can you tell me what it is? Because I don't think that's a mouse. Its little legs are too short. All right, y'all. I know my pigeon pea is kind of bowed over, but that shouldn't kill it, though. No, it's good. Everything looks okay. Yeah, the guamachis look good. The pigeon peas look good. I'm going to try to... This branch of the pigeon pea was already broke, y'all. So, that was broke before I even covered it. And I knew it was broke. So, yeah, everything looks good. This is the guava. I have some errant bell peppers in here, which they taking so long to make peppers, they're probably not going to make no peppers. But the guamachis look good. Those are Mexican tamarinds, if you didn't know. Tamarinds are kind of sour. The Mexican tamarind, they tell me, tastes more like an apple. So it tastes sweeter. Not super sweet, but just sweeter and not so much of the sour notes, if anybody's wondering. Yeah, these bell peppers, that was volunteered. That's not something that I planted like, oh yes, I must have bought bell peppers back here. No. The figs are fine. Clearly, I did not cover those. The bananas and the turmeric was fine. My herbs were fine. The blackberries were fine. The blackberries need some water. They're drooping a little. I want to show y'all the black turmeric that Aisha sent me. I need to plant sugar snaps there, so I may do a video and take y'all with me on that. Granted, it's nothing really to see. Scatter seeds, cover. That's it. But the turmeric, the black turmeric she sent me, look, there's one shoot, there's another shoot. I don't know if it'll have time. The little piece I planted had 3 or 4 little spots where it had shoots on it. All of this is weeds. Every last bit of that. So yeah, the black turmeric is enjoying this little spot. That's the bananas, the ginger. The turmeric is about had it. I can tell it's leaning over quite a bit. I put pea seeds in there. Nothing's germinated. I took my pineapples out of there and put them in the greenhouse. All of that callaloo and stuff is going to end up being fertilizer, because I'm just going to put it in a rain barrel and let it do its thing. Y'all like my little love seed I got out here? I ain't been sitting in it. I pulled it out of the storage shed. I'm moving some furniture around in the house. And I was going to sell that thing. I have the whole set. I was going to sell it, but I'm going to put it in the house for now. Because what I really want for my den, the sectional that I want, costs about 10 grand. So I'm going to use that until I wear it out. And then when I wear it out, I'll buy what I really want. But until then, it gives me time to save my little coins. I know what y'all going to say. 10 grand for a couch. Well, quality furniture nowadays costs money. You know, all this little IKEA is trash. I mean, you can buy it if you want to, but it's trash. This is my first time coming in here, y'all, so I haven't been in here since the freeze. And I did put leaves and sealed the sides up better than it was. Everything looks good though. The papaya looks good. The goji berry looks fine. These are my 2 pineapples here. I need to water in here. That's that butterfly plant drooping. It's always the first thing to droop. My Jamaican cherry looks fine. Ooh, I have a goji berry. Ooh, and it's ready too. Oh, yeah. Oh, girl. My goji berries are so good. But, that's a hole. Anyway, yeah, my Jamaican cherry looks fine. Pomegranates look fine. Lemongrass looks fine. Figs look fine. Meyer lemon. Calamundins. All that stuff looks good. Tayberries. Actually, these are blackberry berries. Those are tayberries. So, yeah, everything in here looks good. The wine saps. The wine palm. Those look good. Jelly palm looks good. Jelly palm is actually growing much faster than I thought it was. Let me show y'all what I mean. If I can get past. Y'all see his little base? It's getting a little thick little base. It was a year old when I got it, and then it's like I've had it like a year and a half. But yeah, I'm hoping my wine palms do the same. I actually had a wine palm to germinate over there in the muscadines over there, and all the grapes over there look fine. But I'm not worried about the grapes. The grapes are probably gonna. And now you been dust bathing. Now you look like Pig Pen. Did Felix showed you how to do that, didn't he? Felix better not be showing you how to be lazy. I know that much. On that note, y'all, till next time, me and Garfield /Pigpen. We'll see you guys later.